All right, we are live.
Hi.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Let's see. Should I check and make sure that the link is working?
That is a great idea. We
Okay,
have been known
we'll
to,
kill some time.
yes, we have been known to post in the wrong spot or not go live when we think we are live. So let's double check that before we get too far. Yes, we have been known too far. To post in the wrong spot.
Are good.
Well, it's playing in the background over here, so that worked. Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Oh, we were getting some messages. It's working, Rachel. It's working. Hi, everybody. I am Rachel Hughes, and we have Amy Smith on the call. You guys all know her as well. And we also have a special guest that we will introduce in just a few minutes. Just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on tonight, we obviously had a huge, important, and amazing announcement at Jamberry a couple hours ago. And Amy and I have been flooded, as most of our leaders have been, with questions, details, and what does this mean? And people are so excited, and I love that. I love the excitement. But Amy and I are like, we can't answer all the questions, so why don't we just go live and have the opportunity to answer some of these questions that have been asked over the last few hours, so you guys have something to kind of sleep on and think about. And I'm going to let Amy kind of give a recap. I know some of you weren't able to get on the calls earlier today, so I'm going to let her give a little recap of what we have heard today. And then really what we're going to do is, we as the Legacy Elites were given this information a couple days ago. So we have had some time to digest this information. And, you know, we had a lot of the same questions, a lot of the same concerns, a lot of the same faces that y'all have made. We've had that same feeling a couple days ago. So we're just hoping that we're able to kind of project out and show you what hopefully you're going to be feeling in the next 3 to 4 days. So we are under strict NDA agreements, which are non-disclosure agreements. So we're going to share everything we can, but we're also going to put somebody else on the hot seat who can share maybe more information that we have, or than we have. So Amy, if you want to just kind of give a quick recap of what has happened today to get some people caught up, that'd be awesome.
For sure. So definitely, I'm going to give you guys a recap, but don't let this replace watching the video. Like, you need to go on the dash. You need to watch that replay if you haven't, because Ryan and Stacey did a fabulous job just laying everything out there. And if you're like, oh, well, who's Ryan? Well, Ryan is the CEO of M, and we formed a strategic alliance with M Network. And the company is just amazing. The company, their employees, their products, I'm just blown away. And like Rachel said, we've had some time to digest this. So we know where you're sitting, and we know that you guys have tons of questions, and we still have questions, and those answers will come. But just know that this is a really, really exciting thing. And also know that your business doesn't have to change if you don't want it to. So you can continue to sling nail wraps all day long and to sell Jamberry products, and that is not going to change. Like, nobody is taking Jamberry away. Nobody is telling you that, you know, any of those products are going away, that we're not going to be able to sell them anymore. We are just being given the opportunity to sell new products. We are given the opportunity to come together in this strategic alliance and be a part of a new compensation plan, because we all know it's been a little bit rocky the last 2 years with ours, not for lack of how hard you guys work and day in, day out. And so many of you spin your wheels and you just weren't getting as far as you wanted to go. And all that is about to change. And don't take my word for it, but you need to do your own research. You need to check out their YouTube channels, everything like that. Like, the information is out there, and you're just going to absolutely fall in love with it. So I'm excited. I know that you guys are going to be excited too. So give it a chance, come into it with an open mind, but know, if you're like, I'm a Jamberry lifer, like I just like the nail products, cool. It's just like if we have the lips, the brows, anything like that. If you don't want to sell those, you don't have to. They're just tools in your tool belt that help you reach more customers and more at a broader demographic.
Awesome. Yes. I do want to say that, so there are probably some new consultants on this call who you're just excited about Jamberry and you're like, oh, what changed? Like where does that put me and what can I do? And really business as usual. Continue to have your parties, continue to sell the product, continue everybody, consultants all the way up to elite executive, continue to really push hard to make rank by the end of the month. None of that changes. We want to focus on what we do and what we do best. Like there's no need to not focus on that. So some new consultants are a little bit like, what does that mean for me? And really it just means that you just continue the way things are going. Just the wrapping is going to look a little different for you. The present's the same, but the wrapping looks a little bit different. And I think that's for the leaders or people who have been around a while, just to give you some complete transparency. It's no secret that there's been some stress in some areas, and there are things that we've asked for that haven't happened, that Jamberry was unable to provide for us. You know, there are comp plan changes that we really needed and wanted, and product addition that we've needed and wanted, and things that just haven't been able to come to fruition. IT changes and support and help that we just haven't been able to really, nothing's been able to manifest there. And then also marketing assets. Like there are just a lot of things that we haven't had the opportunity or the ability to really provide to our consultants. And all of those things that we've asked for are here. And like I said, this present is here. It's just coming in a different package. It just looks different than maybe we had anticipated it looking. And now we are working with a company who has, and I'm going to use Ryan's words, but they have the agility and the ability to make this happen. And if you don't believe me, like Amy said, go Google, go look on their Instagram, go look at their marketing assets and their videos. And for a 2-year-old company, they are light years ahead, and I'm super excited to kind of jump up underneath that and take advantage of someone who is far more prepared to deal with some of these needs that we have. So I kind of want to segue that into introducing Ryan Anderson. And I want to ask Ryan, we're so happy. Thank you so much for being here. He has been on phone calls since, I don't know, you've probably been on phone calls since 4 a.m. So the fact that his wife is allowing him to be here and talk to us tonight is huge, and he's been talking for hours. So we might get a little delirious on this call, but that's okay because we're here to be cash. So thank you, Ryan, for coming. But we kind of we want to hear a little bit more about you, about who you are, and one of the things, like some of the people who are on this call know that I'm a vision, like vision is my thing. And I have a really solid vision for my team. And what resonated with me was your vision for the M Network. And I think that will speak to a lot of people. And so I'm just going to kind of hand the virtual mic over to you. If you could just kind of give us your background and your vision and where you see this partnership going in the future, that'd be awesome.
No, absolutely. First of all, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this and allowing me to be a part of your lives. And it's been such a huge honor and a privilege for me to get to know you guys. And I'm just going to say this. I know we're on this call together, but over the little bit that we've got to know each other, I've been in this industry my entire life. I'm 102 years old. And I've been in this industry. This industry is last year, Avon turned 120 years old. So almost as long as this industry, I've been alive. But I've had the privilege now of working in over 27 international countries around the world with tens of thousands of individuals and helping them achieve their goals and dreams. But I've got to say the caliber of leadership that's within you, Rachel, and Amy, and a lot of the other leaders that I've had the ability to work with over the last few hours and days and a little bit, but it's just been a humbling experience. The caliber of leadership that you guys have, your integrity, your passion for life, and helping other people live their goals and dreams is the reason why I don't need any sleep. I just want to keep up with you guys, and I want to honor all that you guys are doing. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are incredible leaders, and I am so proud to be a part of that. So for those of you who don't know me, which is the majority of you, please do not Google my criminal history. I did not inhale, so it wasn't me. But with that, I just want to say, like I said, I've been in this industry pretty much my whole life. I was introduced to this industry when I was just 8 years old. My sister, that's just older than me, had Down syndrome. I unfortunately lost Lori this past November. Still a little tender, but that set my mom on a path or a course of trying to understand what nutrition was, because when my sister was born, they didn't know a lot about what caused Down syndrome, and so she got into the nutrition thing, and 2 years later I was born. 10 pounds 10 ounces. Yeah, my mom still holds it against me. All head, big ears, still that way today. And from that experience, my mom got into nutrition. One thing led to another. I'm 8 years old. We're one of those traditional American families that has a lot more month than paycheck. I remember, this sounds a little bit vain, but I remember the very first time that I actually had a pair of jeans that had a label on it. And I remember distinctly how old I was, because it wasn't because they were anything great, and I'm gonna age myself. Some of you guys won't even know what silver tabs are, but they were legit in the day. I never got the MC Hammer pants, but from that, and I still hold that against my parents, but from that experience, it wasn't because they were silver tabs, which aren't even a name brand, but it was because I wasn't different from the other kids in my class. See, up to that point, my mom had made all of my clothes. And for whatever reason, she had this fascination with corduroy, and it stunted my emotional development and so on and so forth. But I'm just joking, kind of. But there's this picture of me going into the second grade, and I'm all like happy and beaming. I'm in my front yard, and I've got these blue corduroy pants on, and this t-shirt that my mom had made, both of them, and the backpack that I'm wearing is the same blue corduroy material that I'm going into the second grade with. And so again, we didn't have a lot, but we didn't ever know it. And there was an individual, there's two people that I will be forever grateful to in my life, because there was an individual that didn't judge my mom based on our economical status, education, experience, all of those things, but introduced her to an opportunity. It was that path of wellness that got her into the direct selling and made that connection. And then my mom saw an opportunity to help provide for her family. My dad was working 2 full-time jobs at graveyards and weekends in a coal mine and during the days in the post office. So we didn't know my dad, and we didn't have a relationship with my dad because we never seen him. And when we did, it was be quiet because he's sleeping, pick up the clothes and everything else because he wants things perfect when he gets home, and so on and so forth. And it was this industry that brought my dad home from one of those full-time jobs and gave us an opportunity to have nights and weekends and come together as a family. And I'll be forever grateful for that, especially losing a sister at such an early age, because we were such a close-knit family and being able to have that relationship. And that was what direct sales meant to me. It wasn't based on a product, nail wraps or nutrition, whatever it was. It was based on a economic engine that provided my family to have those experiences and relationships because of direct sales. And so from that experience, I truly fell in love with, and I'm grateful for what we have. Fast forward a number of years, I get into the direct sales business with Zango. It was my first direct sales on the corporate side. I was there with them 10 years. For those of you who may or may not know that company, they were the first to market mangosteen. They did over $650 million with a single product, the mangosteen juice. I helped them open 27 international countries around the world. I worked with Tupperware, helped a few startup companies get up and going. But towards the end of 2015, I found myself falling out of love with this industry. And really, I didn't know what to do. I had lost my identity. And I think a lot of you can relate to this. A lot of you are jam lifers, or what's the word you use, Rachel, or Amy, but you know, a lot of you guys love this brand, you love this culture, you love everything, but you've got to a point where you're frustrated. You don't know what the next move is. Things have been happening in your business and you didn't know exactly what it was, but it wasn't your fault. Just like me, where I had got to the point where I was at, it wasn't my fault that I had fallen out of love with the industry. I believe it's that the industry had evolved and changed to a point where it was all hype, smoke, and mirrors. There was no integrity and no substance. And so the M Network came about almost out of necessity, mainly because I didn't have the skill set to be a Walmart greeter. And so we needed to be able to create an environment where we could help change this industry that we all love and know. And again, notice I'm not talking about products because it's the business model that we're focusing on here. And for those of you that are hearing this first time, you know, I'm part of Jamberry. I'm looking at this. What is nutrition? What is hydration sticks, elite hydration? It's not about the products. It's the vehicle. The products are going to be the fuel that drives our economic vehicle to our success and to our goals and our dreams. And so we started this company based on the premise of two goals. Number one, we wanted to make sure that we could create 1 million thousandaires. I know what that meant for me and my family when I was little. And it's even more relevant today. Right here in the United States in the early 2017, there was this statistic that came out that said that over 90% of Americans could not afford a $400 emergency without the use of a credit card. 90%. Right now, 1 out of every 6 homes in America is in threat of being foreclosed on. So people, when we start this industry, when they're talking about $10,000 a month, $1 million the first year, most people can't fathom that because they're trying to figure out, how do I keep the lights on? How do I pay for groceries and pay for the things that my kids need at school? That's the struggle that a lot of people focus on. And so our goal is we wanted to create 1 million thousandaires. We want 1 million families every single month earning $1,000 or more through our pay plan. The second goal is this, and this one's close to my heart as well, is because I am a 2nd generation direct seller. And I love the ability and what this industry has done for me. And so we wanted to create a business in which 3 generations of leaders could walk across our stage. So yes, every one of you, we will make you a leader, right? But we're going to help your children grow up in a true legacy company, and we're going to help you to get the life that you deserve, but we're gonna help your children and your grandchildren, and hopefully, if I live that long, I am 102, your great-grandchildren to walk across that stage. And so I would ask each and every one of you, and I'm happy to get into some of the questions here, I would ask you yourselves not to focus on the products. Focus on the vehicle, because Jamberry, as it sat and where it was going, and the reason why the founders, the sisters, and Adam and the executive team have formed the strategic alliance with M, wasn't because that they were wanting to shift gears and go into the nutrition world. It was because the company itself was bogged down with so many things that had happened over time that made it that it was a product of its environment, and it didn't have the ability to we didn't have the ability to stretch and to grow and to be able to do some of the things that Jamberry needed to. And so this strategic alliance, we still keep the same product line, we still keep you know, the same wonderful culture and brand that you've created. We keep you know, a lot of the things that we love, but we get rid of all of that excess baggage and we get it out of our lives so that we can be able to run and to move and to develop and to grow and to get and create the lifestyle that you guys deserve. And so from that focus, it creates an opportunity for us here as with the strategic alliance to be able to grow. And when we talk about legacy, I want to share one other story and then I'll shut up, Rachel. You know how long-winded I am. But we started this company and I started it with some partners of mine. And so I feel like it's important to share this story with you guys because I want you guys to understand the future that we're building here together. This is a private company. I own 50% of the company, along with a business partner of mine, and there's some other minority people that are part of this. But there was some other major shareholders that was involved with this company about a year ago. It was about May last year when they came to me, and the company's growing and things are amazing. We had our biggest month ever, and great guys. I love them. They're still great friends of mine today. I have a lot of love and admiration for them. But one of them, my main partner, was, this is going to be fantastic. We can build this company up over the next 3 to 5 years, and we're going to flip it. We're going to sell it, and we'll never have to work a day in our life again. And it kind of struck a chord with me. Not that that's a bad goal for them, but a lot of people have left major incomes and major checks to come be a part of M with me because they believe in creating a legacy. And my vision and goal of creating 3 generations of leaders couldn't happen, in my opinion, if I checked out and I took the exit. And so I said to them, it's going to be a lot cheaper for me to buy you out today than it will 3 to 5 years from now. So if you're interested in that, I'm more than happy to make that happen. And they were excited to accept. And so they cashed out early, and still friends, still rely on them today, still, message and talk with them. But the reality is that they're not part of this. And I share that with you because, not that I want to share dirty laundry, but we're in this for the long haul. I want you guys to know that partnering with the M Network and the strategic alliance with Jamberry and M, we're focused on your future, and we will do everything in our power to ensure that you have a future here with this company, and that nothing will ever jeopardize that from any way. And at the end of the day, we feel like if we do this business correctly, you should feel like this is as much your company as it is mine, or it is my partners, as it is Rachel's, as it is Amy's. This is your company. I don't want you to come be a part of M. I want you to come and make M your home. It is our intent that over the next 10 to 15 years, that this company is majority owned by key employees and key members. And members is what we call our consultants. So again, I want you guys to come build a legacy here. The products, rep the wraps and the Jamberry products, and we're going to wave that Jamberry flag, and we're going to be proud, and we're going to keep that brand going and that culture and everything that you've built. You also, if you want, so choose to expand your product line into M and some of the other product categories that we have. But we're also going to be investing in new Jamberry products. We've got some really cool ideas and things that we can enhance that and evolve and help and grow that brand as well, because we're family now. The M family and the Jamberry family are coming together to form one. So I'll hop off my soapbox, Rachel, but I really appreciate this opportunity to be with you guys, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Oh, good, because we have more for you. So that's perfect.
Oh, look at the time.
Right, exactly. No, I appreciate all that you said there. And just to kind of give you guys some perspective, a lot of you who are on tonight, and by the way, I just realized, I didn't realize there were questions streaming on the live. I went and looked. We're not ignoring your questions at all. I didn't realize that was a thing. So this is the first time we've used this platform. And so next time Ryan or Amy talks, I'll go over and kind of thumb through those. I looked a little bit, but Ryan was actually attacking some of those questions unintentionally. So that was perfect. So I thank you so much for kind of lining that out. A lot of you on here know me and know that I am a straight shooter. I do not like fluff. I want to be straight and to the point. And I love the fact that Ryan is open. He's honest. He shares feelings, which we all know Rachel doesn't really love feelings, but the feelings that he's sharing are some of the same things that I've been saying about our business as a whole. And I agree with it's not about the product, it's about the vehicle. And I'm on board with that. And I know that a lot of the questions, and you did cover this, but I'm just going to reiterate, a lot of the questions are regarding those products. And I want you guys to really kind of research those products and see what is in these products that M is going to make available to us. And I want you to research and get that information for yourself. I do want to say that when we found out on Friday, Amy and I did what you guys should not do. We went to Amazon and we overnighted ourselves product because we were like, what is this? We need to check it out right away. And so I'm going to repeat, do not do that, because Ryan has shared on the earlier calls today that he is going to make available in a package a way for Jamberry consultants to access the M products, also M members to access the Jamberry products, and then you are going to actually get credit and commissions for those. So don't do what I did and give that commission to somebody else. However, because of that, Amy and I have actually had some experience with it, and we wanted to give you, I mean, we didn't change our life in the last 3 days, but there are some significant changes that we've seen that I feel like I just kind of want to throw out there. So I'm going to actually let Amy go first and talk really quickly about what she's been experiencing this last month and a half. And lest you think I'm trying to switch everybody over to forget about nail products, that's not at all what we're trying to do. But what we've done, and we've done nail products for a long time, this is new. And a lot of questions that are coming through are about the products and why nutrition products. And that doesn't go hand in hand. See what I did there? It doesn't go hand in hand. And how did that come about? And I think that once you can identify with this product and learn about the product, they may not be something that actually makes sense initially, but the markets that we get to attract, you're definitely going to see how this is going to benefit your business significantly. So Amy, if you'll just talk about kind of your experience with it in the last few days, and then I'll kind of go back and tell mine as well.
For sure. So I, like many of you are probably sitting there, I was in your shoes. I was skeptic. I was one of those people who was like, really? Like, what are these things? Like, I just drink water, like just plain water. And I know that a lot of people out there drink soda and other things, but I was skeptic until I started doing my research. And then once I saw the technology that they use for these products, you're going to hear a lot about the rapid dispersion technology, and it's just unbelievable. Like, get on their YouTube and just really look at that yourself. But like Rachel said, we got on, we ordered the product, and I was so excited to try it. A lot of my team knows I have not been feeling well at all the past like month and a half. Totally have not been myself. Ever since like a week and a half before the Jamberry incentive trip to Mexico, I've had all kinds of stomach issues, inflammation. I've had headaches, like nonstop, stomach pains, like to the point where like I would just like be laying in bed for hours a day with a heating pad, like just completely miserable. And that's just totally not me. Like, I don't sit like ever. Like, I just am constantly, like, I have to just constantly be going and doing things. And so I knew there was something wrong. I did all types of blood tests and ultrasounds and different things, and nothing was really turning up, but maybe like some gluten intolerance, but still like having, you know, these issues. I'm telling you guys, within like the first half an hour of trying the product, my headache that I woke up with for a week straight was gone. Like, legit, it just was gone. So I was completely blown away. And since then, I have been taking them for the past couple of days now. I have not felt this good in months. Like, I can't even tell you the last time. Like, I've not drank any coffee or anything like that. And like, I just have sustained energy throughout the day. I just feel good. I wake up, I'm not tired. I like, am just like jumping out of bed. It's just been amazing. And so I can't wait to share these products with others. And if you get on their YouTube channel as well, they do these amazing calls where they focus and share about a product, but then they also bring on people to share their experience with it. And just hearing what some of these products have done for others is just absolutely remarkable. So I know, Rachel, you too had a good experience with them so far.
Yes, I have. And thank you for sharing that, for sure. I think it's awesome because I've been listening to you complain about your headache for the last month and a half, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. So I'm just teasing. So I am perfectly healthy, have zero health ailments. And so I was like, I don't know how can this benefit me? But those of you who know that aside from my bacon addiction, I also have a coffee addiction, which I don't know, the debate is strong. Is it good for you? Is it not good for you? I don't know. Any of you women who are over, I don't know, 35 have heard of adrenal fatigue, and that's probably something I have, but coffee's so good, just can't give it up. But yesterday I decided to try and go coffee free. If you've been around me when I've been coffee free, I only drink 2 coffees a day. But I am pretty dramatic in the fact that I'm sure I'm having a brain aneurysm anytime I don't drink coffee by 8 or 9 o'clock. So yesterday I decided that I was going to try one of the packets in the morning and then again in the afternoon. And I never had a headache. And so I will say that I did drink a cup of coffee today because there's just something about a hot steaming cup of coffee. But I do know that that I have that option, and that whatever it was that that helped me get through the day, I was super grateful for. So mine is a very small testimonial, but is a testimonial nonetheless. And I'm pretty excited because one day maybe I will give up my coffee. And if I do, now I know how I'm going to do it. So, okay, so I'm going to switch gears for just a second. I know we're kind of jumping around. Like I said, I've always said this. I'm not Oprah. I'm not a good interviewer. I'm going to jump all over the place. And if something, what is it, Ryan? You said you had AD, instead of ADHD, he has ADOS, attention deficit. Oh, squirrel. Right. So I'm the same way. And so you guys are just, thank you for following our train of thought here, which makes no sense. But one of the questions that keeps coming through that I really, hopefully, Ryan, I'm just going to throw this out for you. Hopefully you're willing to address this and can handle this now, but we've had a lot of questions about I don't want to use the wrong words because I know legally we have to be careful with what words we use, but with this transition, was Jamberry purchased? Are the founders the founders? Where do they fit in? Like I think there's a lot of confusion of how, like what that looks like. And I kind of just want to call you out and hopefully see if that's something that you can answer for us to kind of let some of these ladies just kind of be caught up on the situation and know kind of where we are and where we stand.
Yeah, 100%. So first of all, Jamberry was not purchased or sold. This is the reason why we're talking about a strategic alliance is it's just that. The consultant base and the product line and the IP and the branding and all of that is now going to be underneath the umbrella of the M network. We did not purchase the Jamberry entity. We're not doing that. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. And the reason for that alignment or that strategic alliance is that, again, we've got a lot of things in place from a marketing perspective with our commission structure, with IT and other various outlets that's going to make it so much easier for you guys to continue doing your business with Jamberry, but moving that forward. The difference is, and I love your analogy of the present, is that the package or the outside might be different, but the same culture and brand and products that's within Jamberry is going to stay the same. So much so that when I had the privilege of talking with Adam and Christy and the sisters, you know, for those of you that have been involved with Jamberry for a little bit, you know, their involvement in the day-to-day hasn't been as much. They've had a great corporate executive team that's been running things in the day-to-day and doing some things. And so from that perspective, we've invited them. We want them to be a part of M and as much or as little as they'd like. And the one thing that I had the privilege of being with them over the weekend, and Adam's actually coming into our office on Wednesday this week. And so our focus was we wanted to respect them and honor them in what they've created here with Jamberry and let them be as involved or as much or as little as they'd like to. But they want to be a part of this and they want to do that. And we will always honor the story of the Jamberry founders and the sisters, because let's face it, none of us would be here to this juncture had they not had a dream and that entrepreneurial spirit to go out and make things happen. Now, the other part of that too, though, and I want to make sure we emphasize this, is that if it wasn't for the strong leadership and consultant base, we wouldn't be here today either. And that's the part that we're going to be focusing our energy and focusing our resources and putting our talents and stuff behind, is that we want to help you guys to grow your businesses and continue that. Because M would be nothing, Jamberry would be nothing if it wasn't for the consultant base and member base that makes up this company. Yes, we have the products. Yes, we have the commission structure. Yes, we have all those things. But at the end of the day, it's you guys that drive a business. People do not follow products, they follow people. And that's the reason why I'm on this call, because I would follow Rachel and Amy anywhere.
You are such a mess. But that's a good idea to do that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I've got some questions, and hopefully that answered. Oh, my kids are emerging from their locked dungeon, so this should be fun. So I'm going to ask this question quickly, so hopefully I can go take care of that. So thank you for answering that question. I think as I was scrolling through, I was looking at some of the questions. Guys, you guys have a ton of questions, and I apologize if we miss any of them, because I don't know which way it's going, in which direction. So I'm trying to catch up here, and I think that whole answer was amazing, and they loved it. And I think we answered that question, or you answered that question perfectly. One of the questions that people asked, and I think I'm going to make this like a two-part question, but why Jamberry? You know, what kind of really drew you to Jamberry? And then we have a lot of questions about the comp plan, and I know you'll be able to just kind of, obviously we're not going to go into the whole thing tonight, but just kind of what that looks like, and to ease some of their concerns. Obviously, a lot of questions still have to be answered. And what I love about you, Ryan, is that you're not willing to just give an answer so somebody has an answer. He's thinking through things to make sure that everything is as fruitful for everybody as possible. And I love, he's going to make a decision and he's going to stick with it.
Yes.
He's going to be proactive and not reactive. And that's really important to me. So if you can kind of touch on that, like why Jamberry, and just a little bit about the comp plan and what we can share as leaders with our team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So first and foremost is the reason why we do this. We love the products, right? We love the wraps, we love the gels, we love the beauty line, the brows that are out, we love all of those things, right? But at the end of the day, those things drive an economic engine, and that engine is as big as little as you want it to be. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have a lot bigger dreams and aspirations than what your current commission structure is. It's like driving. My very first truck was or outfit was a 1988 Chevy Datsun flatbed 2-wheel-drive truck. Yes, I grew up in the sticks, and I was a hick, and that's still a little bit running through my veins a little bit, and I'm proud of that. But it's like driving that vehicle and then being able to update it to a brand new Tesla, right? And so it's like if I gave you a cell phone from 2002 or even 2011 when Jamberry was created, and then you had an option of a brand new cell phone today, right now with in 2018, I guarantee you that there's probably less than 5% of us watching this video right now that has the same cell phone that they had in 2011, right? And so things evolve and things grow. Same with the industry. The industry has to evolve and grow. And I believe, and I'm gambling and putting all of my reputation and all of my resources and all of my money towards empowering the entrepreneur to be able to create that little Amazon store of creating subscriptions. Let's look at it. Netflix put out of business Blockbuster. Blockbuster thought they were crazy. That opportunity was presented to them, and by the time they saw that wave coming at them, they tried to launch blue boxes and doing some things around that. It engulfed them, and they went under. subscription bases with Netflix and then the Red Boxes and then you start looking at Amazon. Jeff Bezos just became the richest man in the world, not because he was focused on selling books online, but he saw the vision of being able to empower people to create a global economic engine where people could plug into affiliate programs. Let's look at Uber. Uber today, started out as a hitchhiking app and now is worth over $2 billion and is, taking this engine of taxi cabs and putting them on their head. Airbnb was started out of necessity from two guys that couldn't afford their apartment in San Francisco, decided to rent out their room. And today their net worth is greater than that of Marriott, of over 100 I think it's $100 million or something that I can't remember. It's huge. I know it's bigger than 100 million. That seems really low for Marriott, but their net worth is bigger than that of Marriott, and yet they don't own a single property. And so think about that from that perspective. And so our economic engine here at M is allowing you as an entrepreneur to be able to create these little subscription-based model where people can subscribe to their nutrition from your little Amazon store, or they can subscribe to their nail care for their store, or their beauty, or their skincare, or their personal development, or all of these different things. We're going to expand and make it so that you have the ability underneath this one umbrella, this comfort of security of knowing this business with integrity is going to support you, but we're going to make it so that you can expand your business globally, and we're going to empower you to be able to do that. And again, sometimes that's really scary. It's scary because I'm focused on nails, and I know that if I have these wraps that life is going to be good, but as soon as you get me out of that comfort zone. But I want you to understand that what we're putting in place is making this economic engine and your global reach that much easier to go out and grab that. Now, the reason why M was looking at Jamberry and figuring like this is a perfect alliance is you guys have created this over 26,000 subscriptions to Style Boxes. You've got over 40,000 Style VIPs, and that business that you guys have created, hats off, pats on the back, huge kudos for what you guys have done. But that's the subscription model that we want to incorporate into M and help build and grow this business and take it to the next level. And so, yeah, it is absolutely a business transaction, and absolutely we are adding subscriptions, but at the end of the day, we're putting it into a global community of entrepreneurs to make it so that we can maximize this. We're not content with where you guys are at. I want, instead of 26,000, I want 2.6 million subscriptions going through your business every single month, and if that's hair care, if that's nutrition, if that's wraps, or that's Rachel's wrap CD, we're going to create a subscription model around that.
You had to lay that out there, didn't you?
Sorry.
And what's that scheme?
I did Google the leaders from Jamberry, so I feel like I know them a lot better than they know me.
Noted. So I'll be editing my YouTube channel tonight. Thank you very much. Awesome. I love that. And I'm watching some of the comments come through, and my phone is still blowing up, and people are excited about your answers and hearing you just transparently talk about all of this, a lot of the stuff that they didn't get to hear necessarily on the calls earlier. I do want to just kind of say that there's a lot of questions about comp plan, specific things about comp plan, specific things about the website, those are all things that it would take hours for us to just kind of to go through tonight. So just know that the FAQs are coming, and all of these questions are being filtered through, and they're taking note of all of them, and they will be answering a lot of these questions. I also want to kind of, from a leader standpoint, what I tell my team is just don't get lost in the weeds, in the details. When I started Jamberry, I had no idea about the comp plan. I mean, even today, the old comp plan, I still don't know what I was doing. Like, they changed it before I could even figure out what I was doing. So the comp plan, a lot of that stuff just, I didn't know. And I had that excitement of this is an opportunity for me. And this, again, for those of you who are like, I don't want to sell nutritional products, fine. Don't sell nutritional products. That is not what we're trying to push anybody to do. I'm going to take this from a perspective of you being a nail slinger and only a nail wrap slinger. This is an opportunity for you to, if you guys take a look at the comp plan, and I think, Ryan, you said we can share a link, and we'll go ahead and do that on every team page we possibly can to get that link out there with the comp plan information. I'll tell you this much, our compensation plan, you need 24 individual people to hit a certain yoga position with their finger on their nose and their arm at a 45-degree angle. And if one person is 10 degrees off, you do not hit your rank. And there's no hiding the fact that promoting and maintaining is difficult right now. And I don't know what happened and where the breakdown happened, but things aren't working on that compensation plan. And when I first saw this compensation plan, again, take M Products. No offense to Ryan, I want you guys to focus because all of you are talking. I want to focus on nails. That's great. Focus on nails and put that into this comp plan. When we first saw this comp plan, we were asking a million questions, and we were trying to take our, different points that we had learned over the last few years on our comp plan and try and plug it in to a very simple comp plan. And it's almost mind-blowing that it's so simple. It's like when you take you take a route to work every day and it takes you 45 minutes to get to work, and then somebody tells you that a new interstate opened up and you can get there in 15 minutes, and you're like, that's what I feel like we have, is this opportunity that is so much easier and so much more fruitful. And I want you guys to kind of get back to the excitement of, this is our product. I'm going to recruit the crap out of this. I'm going to build my team. I'm going to sling my nail wraps, and I'm going to make money doing it. And I don't want to go forward. This is kind of what I was going to, maybe I'll back off for a second because I wanted to go with something I was going to end with. So I'll back off, but I want you guys to come at this with a fresh approach. Where we were going and the things that we were unable to do, we now have everything at our fingertips. And I want you to kind of look at the positive. The wave, you're standing in the waves, or at the edge of the ocean, right on the sand, and the wave is coming, and it came pretty fast. You have a choice. You can either get totally blown over by that wave because you're just too busy trying to figure out how it happened, or you can kind of jump, take that wave and ride with it and see what it does for your business, because this is the direction we're going. And you know me, I'm planning on dominating. I'm going to jump on that wave and I'm going to take it and see where it takes me, whether that's with all Jamberry products or nutritional or hand in hand to, going the two sides. That we have a lot of opportunity there. Sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent, but we do have a question. Amy, if you want to jump in here too anytime, please just cut me off. But we did have a question that I think is important to address, that your company allows people to sell on Amazon. And we have a lot of people who are like, wait a minute, we've never been able to sell on Amazon. That's been a big no-no. And what kind of problem is this going to cause? Because I think, you have specific guidelines as to the price point. And I think that's something that that people don't know and understand. And I think I'd like you to kind of cover that to let them feel at ease.
Yeah. So really quickly, and this is really important. So I got a wrap here. It's my first one that I'll be applying tonight. It's the I'm always looking for an excuse to wear plaid. But with this, they sell this for $15, correct? This is $15. And then it's got 15 CV, PV, so on and so forth with it. In Jamberry, I know that there's some questions around commission structure, and I'm going to tie this into the Amazon question, so I'm not dodging. I'll tell you if I'm dodging a question. But with this, you're going to pay full price for this, and then you're going to earn 30 to 40% depending on your rank and how much you sell and so forth. They'll pay that back to you. So the one thing right out of the gates that I want to point out, it's not a negative, it's just the way they did it. And I will never talk poorly about anything that we've done in the past. It's just the way that it was. Why does grandma cut off both ends of the ham and put it in the oven? It was because her grandmother before that had a smaller pan, right? We just did it again and again and again. And so that same scenario, you're getting that money back, but you're paying the retail price point. And so you're paying tax, sales tax on that product. And then when they pay you that money back, which is the wholesale between wholesale and retail difference, and they give that back to you in a bonus, then you have to pay income tax on it. So you're actually getting taxed on that twice. So when you look at that 30 to 40% profit, it's not a 30 to 40% profit. So we've set our products up. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. I just wanted to point that out when we start talking about the commission structure, and especially when we talk about selling on Amazon. This particular product will have a 3-tiered pricing. We have a bulk pricing, which will play it nice. You can get up to a 60% profit on the front end, which means we discount it and sell it to you that way on the front end. And then we have a wholesale price, which our members get that price point. And then we have a retail price point. And your retail customers are the ones that pay the retail price point. So when Rachel's talking about in our business model, we actually have 7 different sales channels that you can sell through. Everything feeds the direct sales, but we have retail, we have online, eBay, Amazon, social selling, which you guys invented. We tried to steal that from you guys, which is another reason why we wanted to partner with you guys, and us, I should say now. Trade shows and events, fundraisers, customer loyalty programs, and so on and so forth. So we allow our members to sell products online. However, we enforce that you do not sell it for less than retail, because we don't want to compete with any of the other members. And so we ensure that people are selling, if they're selling online, they're not advertising or selling for less than retail, because that helps everybody have the same competitive advantage. And again, what we're doing is we're opening the floodgates to the possibilities so that you guys, and I love how you use it, and I hope it's not a sling, but you actually sling wraps and do some of those things. We're making it simple and easy for you guys to go out and do that.
I couldn't find my mute. I was trying to look for it.
You're fine.
Thank you. Yes, I'm trying to bounce back and forth and look at questions which are coming faster than I can read. So I hope that really helps answer that question and any fear that somebody has about those Amazon sales. Again, so the questions are coming super, super fast. So Ryan, if anything, I'll just copy and paste those into a document and send those your way, so you can make sure that those questions are answered. And I do want to just kind of let you guys know that none of your questions are being minimized or mocked or anything. I totally understand. Again, Amy and I 3 or 4 days ago were in your same shoes, asking a lot of the same questions. And I just ask you, if you trust Amy and I at all, which is kind of the reason we came here tonight, is that we know that we do have the trust of a handful of people, hopefully more. But we felt like, Ryan's a new face and he can say what he wants to say, but a lot of times you guys, you do come to us and you want to know, how do you feel and where are you? And we're not, if this wasn't something I was supporting, I wouldn't be here doing this video, and Amy, you wouldn't be doing this either. So I hope that kind of resonates here. We're not trying to minimize. We just can't, and we're not trying to minimize what you do. I know I said nail wrap slingers, and guys, I'm saying that in jest. That's funny, and I'm very rarely serious. So I know that you guys see our heart in this, and that we just really wanted to come to you in an unscripted version of us and kind of just talk about these things openly, to kind of answer all these questions that are flooding our phones and our Facebook messages. Amy, I know there were a couple things you wanted to hit as well, so now I'm gonna shut up.
You are doing such a good job. Like Rachel said, guys, like we're here showing you guys our hearts and kind of where we're at with this. And Ryan will tell you, I was trying to poke every hole into this, asking every question, how is this possible? This seems too good to be true. When I saw the comp plan, like everything. So we're doing our research. It's not like we're just drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, we're drinking the Kool-Aid, but that's just not it. Like, we really are so excited about this opportunity. I've not seen anything like this. Like, I'm so giddy. Like, I'm back, like the old Jamberries. Those of you who've been around at like 2013, like that culture, that family feel, like Ryan just fits right in with that. His openness, his honesty, transparency, that's been like one of my favorite parts. The fact that, you know, he's not coming in as like, this isn't like a dictatorship. Like, you're going to do, you know, it this way because this is the way that we do it. Like, this is our company. And I love that. And I love that you want to hear from us and that you want our feedback and our input. And that's how we are going to all be successful together. And so I love that. And so I know you guys have a lot of questions about, you know, all the Jamberry things like JamCon and the incentive trips. And they talked about on the call that those are still going to happen, guys. Ryan is going to honor all of that. They're going to find, you know, ways to integrate it together with M2 so we can have M people be a part of it. They're going to hit the road and do road shows for all of those who are around Pennsylvania. I will hopefully be seeing you there. It's just going to be really great. And I am really excited about it. I know Rachel's excited. I know all of you guys are. I know you have questions. We all have questions. And those questions will get answered. For sure, just give it a little time if you don't get an answer immediately, because some things are still being worked out. And that's totally fine. So I am ready to go with this. I don't plan on like stopping to sell Jamberry products. I fell in love with this company because of the products. And so that's my heart. But I am ecstatic about this opportunity that we have been given. And just like Rachel, like I am ready to dominate this and go out and just share this with everybody. So
Amy,
Rachel, do you have anything else you want to share?
Amy, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
So, you know, obviously you've been here from the beginning and you've seen a lot of fun and amazing things and amazing growth. And, you know, every company, it's like life, right? It's every relationship has ups and downs and struggles and so on and so forth. I would love for you to share with myself and others your vision. You know, you've got a young family. You've been very successful with this, you know, earned over $3 million so far with Jamberry. What is your focus, your vision? What's your 5-year, 10-year goals, your 20-year goals with the family and being able to, with this opportunity?
So for me, I always want to keep growing and developing and helping others find their passion and what they're good at. And so I just want to continue that and never stop. So 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, like I see myself here, like no matter where this goes or how fast it goes or how slow it goes, like I'm here for the long haul. I love this business. I love the people. I came into this industry not loving direct sales, not knowing direct sales. I was a school teacher. I had no idea what I was doing. I fell in love with the product. I was not one that was attracted to the opportunity because I didn't know the opportunity existed. So now it's my passion to make sure that others know this opportunity is here and that they can come in and be able to have the opportunity to do the same thing. And maybe that doesn't look the same as me. Maybe they don't want to retire their husband and do those things that like I've been able to do, then we've been able to do because it's my massive, like the team, all of you guys, like this isn't me, like this is all of you and all of us working together. But nobody, like I would have no idea. Like if somebody would have told me that 7 years ago that you're going to join a company and sell nail wraps and this is what's going to happen, I wouldn't have believed them. And just the personal growth, like I told you, I think on Friday, like I am just such an introvert. Like I used to be so afraid of like talking in front of people, and like it's just crazy how much Jamberry has been able to like get me out of my shell and get me to evolve in that aspect. And I love that I was able to find that through this industry. And so I plan on continuing. I plan on helping everyone who wants to be along for the ride. We're here to help you guys find your success and to fulfill your dreams.
I love it. Thank you. Thanks. Sorry for putting you on the on the spot there, but I just think it's important because they don't know me, they don't know M, and the reality is that nobody will join M and nobody will buy a product from M, just like they didn't join Jamberry and they didn't buy a product from Jamberry. They joined your guys' team and they bought a product from you. And this is a people business. And I just want to honor that and let everybody on this call know that we are going to continue to honor that. We're going to foster that relationship, and we're going to build to make and empower each and every one of you as consultants to go out and help you get those 5-year goals, those 10-year goals, those 20-year goals. I mean, I can't wait to see your kids walking across stage one day and doing that, and Rachel's daughters walking across stage. And for me, that's the most important aspect of this. So sorry for putting you on the spot, but I just want people to understand this is a people business, and this is still your business, and it's still Rachel's business, and it's still the other leaders of Jamberry's business. We're just honoring that and supporting that and making that work, and those relationships will always remain intact.
Yeah, I love that. And that's honestly like one of the reasons I think I fell like so hard for this is because when I heard you say your vision and how you're here for the long haul, like this isn't just, you know, something that you want in 3 years, 5 years, and then you're going to walk away from it. And like, that's just how I am too. And I think it might go along with kind of like my teacher mentality, because when you go into a school district, like you're usually there until you retire. So like when I left teaching, like it was such a big deal. People were like, oh my gosh, like you just don't leave once you get a teaching job because they're just really hard to find around here. But that's just kind of the mentality I have. Like I want to find my home. I want to be in this. Like I'm a creature of habit. I don't like change. I like things that I know are consistent. And so that's just how I am. And I just fell in love when you shared that and shared that that was your vision. I just felt like it's so many others' vision too, to just be able to have that stability and to not have like crazy growth that then's going to crash, and then, you know, some more crazy growth and then it might crash again. Like stable, healthy growth. And so I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
There it is. I love how you turn it around on her. I love it. I love it. I love hearing Amy's story, and I feel like that does definitely resonate because she's one of the first consultants. She was one of the first 12 consultants in the company. So those of you who don't know that, Amy is the longest running consultant in our company, and she's not going anywhere. She definitely is a long hauler. I want to obviously be respectful of everybody's time, and we've been on for an hour. So are there any other closing thoughts that you guys have before I kind of wrap it up? Is there anything else that that maybe we need to throw out?
You know, I wouldn't mind. Let's see, I'm muted. I wouldn't mind sharing a quote. My wife actually sent this to me the other day on Monday, actually, and it's by Emma Goldman. It says, "Out of the chaos, the future emerges in harmony and beauty." And I know that there's a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of things that are happening. But I really believe that when you guys see all of the pieces come together, you're going to see this beautiful life and this beautiful opportunity and this beautiful dream that we're going to create together, and this partnership that we're going to be able to create. And those aren't just words. We're going to show you action behind those words. And so again, I just want to thank you so much for coming in with a listening ear and an opening heart and a sound mind. I was going to say open mind, but sound mind is better. But just really grateful for this opportunity. And I can't wait to hear all of your Jamberry success stories and hear your dreams and your passions and partner alongside you guys to make that happen. And again, I can't say enough how much I have grown to love and respect Rachel and Amy in this short amount of time that I've known them. Some of the best leaders that I've had the opportunity to work with in my career up to this point. So thank you.
That is very kind. Thank you so much. I think we feel the same. I know it's been a short 4 days of our relationship, but but I think you know, we were kind of feet to the fire, got to know each other very quickly, and we're all very communicative, as you have quickly found out, and we're not afraid to reach out. And I love that you're not afraid to accept that and to be honest and transparent and open and available. And we are very, very grateful for that. That's something that that means a lot to us as a consultant base, not just leaders, not just Amy and me, just everybody, how open, transparent, and honest. And that's gonna, those of you who haven't really seen a lot of that yet, you're gonna see that in the coming days and weeks and months, and you're gonna appreciate that just as much, if not more, than we have in these last 4 days. I know just kind of one other question that I kind of want to not ignore. People are asking a lot about how do our teams work? How is that going to transfer over? The compensation plan is so different. I just want to kind of ease your minds, and you guys have heard paralysis by analysis. We've got the month end coming. We don't have to worry about that right now. Those are things, I mean, even Ryan and I talked this morning or this afternoon right before one of the calls. I was like, wait a minute, I have a question. Those things are going to be worked out, and he's very aware of the sensitivity and how that's going to transfer over. We've never done this before, so we get to just carve this course out, right? The way that is best and most beneficial for everybody. So for those of you who have all of those specific questions, I get it. I have the same questions myself, but let's focus on the end of the month. You know, I have a lot of people who are shooting for executive because they want to be recognized on stage at conference. Don't stop. That's where we want you to be. We still charge forward in that and keep that same, I almost cursed. That really strong. No, I was gonna say, be a badass. I can say that. Like, charge forward and keep that mentality, guys. You guys are hard workers, and don't get lost in the weeds on those things right now, because they will be answered. Those questions will be answered. So I think for Amy, did you have anything you wanted to say before I finish out?
No, I'm good. I think we covered a lot. I mean, we definitely want to be respectful of everybody's time. This isn't going to be the last time that, you know, you guys hear from us. Like, it's not like we're doing this once and done. Like, we are here. We are happy to share and answer anything we can, but you have to be understanding and okay if we say, like, we don't know that yet, or that's not something that has been decided yet, but we have utmost faith that it's going to be, and, you know, just give it the time. And like Rachel said, focus on the month end. Let's like kill the rest of this month and then get into what the future holds.
Awesome. And then just to kind of close it out, you guys know I live on analogies, like metaphors. That's kind of the way I explain my feelings, is like that. And I feel like, you know, there are a lot of you today you've been in a relationship and you thought it was going in a particular direction. And all of a sudden you wake up and the relationship has changed. And maybe whether you feel like that relationship has ended, or you don't know where you are and you're kind of uncomfortable in this situation, I have to tell you that in order for you to have success in this new relationship and the way that this is going, and this is the same in any personal relationship as it is in a business type of relationship, you have to be, if you're willing to find the success in the relationship, you also have to be willing to put your neck out and take the risk and see what's out there. So like I said earlier, you guys know I'm a straight shooter, and I'm not going to say, I'm not going to beat around the bush anything. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to be honest with you. And I think you would be absolutely crazy to walk away where we are now and not let this thing play out. Do your due diligence, research, look at what we're getting ourselves into. I, for one, have actually fallen in love with the products. But more importantly, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time on opportunity calls, like, I love the nail wraps, I do, but I don't sell nail wraps. What is my passion is this opportunity. So whether it's nail wraps or functional hydration or whatever it is that I'm selling, this opportunity is what is really near and dear to my heart. And I plan on leaning in. I'm going to finish the month strong, and I'm going to lean straight into this new opportunity that we have. And I am going to do my best to dominate, because that's how I am. And I know so many of you on here are the exact same way. So do your best to just take a breath, kind of let things settle. It's okay. There's no such thing as a nail emergency. Now we got to come up with a new slogan, but this is okay. It's going to be good for us. And the more you know, and the more we go through this and go day by day, the more comfortable you are going to be with this whole transition. So I just want to thank all 700 of you for being here tonight.
Wow.
We kind of have been jumping all around, and the numbers have been up and down, but at least 700 at our highest point. So thank you guys for being here. I hope that you felt like it was worth your time, valuable, that you got some honest perspective, that maybe you weren't, got some questions answered that you weren't able to get answered earlier today. And just know that Amy and I specifically are available, and we'll be doing more of these. Ryan might have to sleep for the next 24 hours to kind of catch up on what he's missed. But Ryan, we're so grateful for you sticking us out and doing this call with us. And I think everybody watching feels the same way. So we're super grateful for you. And I can't speak for everybody, but I will speak for Amy and myself that we are very, very excited about this, just this relationship we have and what we see as the future with M. So thank you.
Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a good night. You go get some sleep.
I'll go get some sleep.
Oh boy.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Amy.